watching KGUN-9 on your side. News at 5.
Losing a leg or arm to amputation could leave almost anyone feeling crushed and hopeless. The Amputee Coalition is having its national conference at the JW Marriott Starr Pass. 9 on your side's Craig Smith talked with some who have come back from injury and rebuilt their lives.
Modern technology has made prosthetic limbs easier to use, lighter and stronger, but it takes personal strength to use them to build a new life. Travis Ricks had cancer in one of his legs. Then an infection led to years with surgery after surgery until he finally let doctors amputate. He worried about the life he would have, but became a leader in an organization that helps challenged athletes, and an accomplished athlete himself, even with a prosthetic leg.
I'm on the Paralympic national team for sitting volleyball. I've been a national champion for triathlon. I'm a wrestling coach. You know, I do everything I did before and more. I'm able to be a counselor to youths with amputations. I'm involved with great organizations like the Amputee Coalition. And, you know, I look back and just wonder why I had these fears, and it was really just lack of knowledge.
Dan Brzezinski was an Army officer in Afghanistan when a Taliban bomb went off under his feet. He says wounded veterans are just a small share of amputees, but they have led the government to invest more in better prosthetics and care.
I would argue that if you were properly cared for, like I have been, it's a high upfront cost, but we'll end up paying it back in the long run. I just finished graduate school where I got an MBA. I'm in the process of starting my own company. If I can employ other Americans, it will more than certainly offset the high medical costs that I received due to my injuries.
Deborah Latour was born without a hand. Her parents pushed doctors to break procedure for the 1950s and give her a prosthetic when she was barely over a year old. She grew up to invent a better way to attach and control prosthetic arms. But she remembers the teacher who thought her arm affected her mind.
My parents had to sit through a conference with an advanced placement algebra teacher who told my parents I didn't belong in his class because my physical challenge affected my mental ability. I was a straight A student.
What did they say to that?
My parents, they felt that,
or you?
Well, my parents told me that the greatest handicap or challenge anybody could ever have in their life was a closed mind.
Now, we heard several times today that the amputee population is growing because modern medicine is saving people, military and civilian, who would have died from their injuries years ago. But those people will still need artificial limbs. If you'd like to learn more about the Amputee Coalition, check the web version of our story on KGUN9.com.
What a last story from that last woman there.
Amazing stories from all of them, really.
Yeah.
I love how far we have come. Craig, thank you so much.